Hey guys, hi, it's me, Ellen Whitehurst. Welcome to the very first Om Shui Om. So happy. This is going to be a series of videos that I'm going to film with my personal yoga instructor and our yoga expert, Katie Escobar. Katie's also the local Lululemon ambassador. Yay. So we have really good instruction and lots of ways using ages-old cultures and traditions and remedies, in fact, no other word, to solve modern-day dilemmas. Today, we're going to talk about the recent report that came out that said if you sit all day long, if you're sitting in your office all day long, that it can shave up to 4 years off your life. Now, I know I had a wise guy who said he'd probably just spend those 4 years sitting down anyway, but for the rest of us who'd like to try and maybe add 4 years to our lives, but we still have to sit at a desk to make a living, let's talk about some ways that we can do that. Katie's going to offer you ways from the world of yoga, and she's also going to talk about a really great way to detox the body during specifically the summertime. And since this summer of 2012 seems to be the one where hell has erupted into most of these United States, I think it's really especially effective and powerful information for you to have about detoxing the kidneys, drinking water, and some other things you can do to increase your circulation while you're sitting at your desk. From my world, from the world of Shui, as we get into Om Shui Om, I'm going to give you 3 powerful techniques that I believe will add years to your life, whether you're sitting at a desk, whether you're standing in line at the grocery store, carrying the baby, walking the dog, or doing one of the other million things we have to do throughout the day. So let's get started. Welcome to Om Shui Om. I'm so happy you're here. Namaste.
Hi guys, it's Katie.
Katie from the blog.
I know.
Show on. Show on, Katie.
No, I can't. I'm here this beautiful afternoon to talk to you guys about some stretches that you can do, you know, while you're sitting at your desk. If you're feeling a little exhausted, if you're you know, just need to reduce a little stress. Ellen has asked me to show you all a couple of tips. I'd like to start with the feet. So ladies, take off your heels. Gentlemen, you can just take off your shoes. Don't worry about who's around. If it smells, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and point and flex both feet. And then maybe roll out your ankles a little bit, wiggling the toes. So maybe 3 times clockwise, 3 times counterclockwise. And then see how that feels. And if you need to do it more, you can. And then let's talk about the wrist a little bit. You know, when you're sitting, typing at a desk, you know, not only are you rounded, but your wrists take a lot of pressure. And if you are prone to carpal tunnel, you may want to, 1, roll out your wrists. And 2, maybe find your right hand, bring your left fingers to your right fingers, and just kind of press. So don't rush through this. Take your time, because if you pull too hard, you could strain. And then you'll switch. Don't forget to breathe. Good. And then you'll release that. And then let's go up to the shoulders. So if you know this is you tend to round when you're at the computer, you're looking because you don't have your eyeglasses on. I want you to think about rolling your shoulders.
And why does Ellen have to roll her shoulders? Because where does she store all her stress?
Yes. Oh, everyone stores, especially women. We carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, and I believe Ellen does the same.
Well, I carry the weight of the world on my chest, but my shoulders.
So you want to keep moving, and then pause with the shoulders rolling back, and then allow your right hand to come to that maybe your left ear, and just gently tug, straightening out the left arm to release any muscular tension, and then releasing, and then you'll just switch it out, bringing the left hand to the right ear, pressing the right shoulder down. Good. And then you'll release, and then maybe drop the chin towards the chest, and this will just help to release some of that muscular energy. Good. And then, but keep your gaze forward. Do not look up and do not drop your head back. That is very bad for your neck. I just want to share with you a quick tip that you can do for your own health and well-being while sitting at your desk. It has to do with the kidneys, and this is the summertime, and during the summer, you know, we sweat even if it's just getting in the car on our way to the office, but our body is working overtime to, you know, really keep us cool and sustained. So I'd like to share with you just a little kidney detoxification that will not only help your kidneys, which are doing most of the work right now to keep you cool, but also to kind of detox and keep the inner organs cleansed, because I know that a lot of times we are kind of hunched forward. So all you need to do is bring both hands down right beside you. You can grab a hold the outsides of the chair if you would like. You'll bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg, and you can root a little bit in your sit bones, and then you'll twist to the right. Now, you can keep your gaze right at the right side, or maybe to twist it a little bit deeper, bring your gaze behind you. Now, inhaling, exhaling. So stay here for about 3 cycles of breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale. So this would be 3 cycles. Exhale, and then you can come back center, and you'll do the same thing on the left side, bringing the right hand to the outside of the left thigh, and once again the left hand will come beside the left hip, rooting the sit bones, just twisting towards the left. Now check in. If you'd like to bring your gaze behind you, you can, but if that does not feel good, then don't do it. 3 rounds of breath, inhaling and exhaling, and then you'll come back center, and maybe close your eyes for a moment if it's appropriate for you, and just find full cycles of breath, and then you'll be ready to continue with your day. And make sure you drink tons of water, purified water, lemon if you have it, and get plenty of rest. Namaste.
So today's Om Shui Om, we're going to focus on a recent study that was released about how sitting in a chair all day long can actually really adversely affect your health. In fact, some scientists liken sitting in a chair all day long to having the same negative effects as smoking. I mean, this is powerful stuff. And I actually read the whole report. Well, I read most of it. And it really is valid. It was done with a lot of different people, with a lot of different scientists. So it's something to take very seriously. And of course, after that, the anecdotal evidence, the anecdotal cures that came out, try and stand up at your desk at least every 20 minutes. Try and stand up for 2 minutes. Look, for some of us, I'm a writer, and I just can't turn creativity on and off. So I'm not going to set an alarm to get up every 20 minutes. I do try to get up as much as I can. I do try to walk around as much as I can. But let's talk about 3 specific, very powerful and effective ways to counteract or counterbalance the negativity associated with sitting at a desk. After all, we all have to make a living. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to consider enacting an old, ancient acupuncture technique of keeping your hands held up. So instead of when you're sitting down at your desk with your hands normally like this, or you walk with your hands like this, what you want to do is you want to start to train yourself to turn your hands so that they sit palm up. And that's even one hand. If you're reading a book, the other hand should be palm up. If you're eating, the other hand should be palm up. What this does is it actually, I don't want to get into the technical rhombus and meridians, and what it does is it pulls your shoulders back. It pulls you up and it opens up your entire chest area, and you can breathe easier. So the second tip or technique that I would like you to use is once you start training yourself to pull yourself up, open up your chest area, get your circulation going, make this area feel more expansive, is to breathe. Breathe oxygen into that now expanded space. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 3 deep breaths. Listen, you can stop every hour and just open your shoulders, breathe in some oxygen, and breathe out the stale stuff, the stuck stuff, the stuff that isn't allowing your circulation in a maximum way to benefit your health. The third thing I want you to do walks a little bit more over to the woo-woo side, but I want you to have an image in front of you that reminds you to move. I don't care if that's a screensaver on your computer. I don't care if you get a small picture of you when you used to be a cheerleader with your pom-poms. We won't talk about my pom-poms. Or if it's you were on the running team, or you even used to run 20 years ago before you got pregnant, before you had kids. Whatever it is, I want you to have some image in front of you that reminds you visually to get up and move around. You know, it becomes Pavlovian in nature. Pavlov, every time he fed a dog, he rang a bell. So the dogs then began in a very short period to associate the ringing of a bell with food. This is the same sort of idea. I want you to start training yourself that when you see that image that you've chosen and you put in front of you, to get up and walk around the office, get up and go to the loo, get up and just stand up there for 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, I don't care. But what you'll find yourself doing is you'll find yourself eventually more motivated to add regular, consistent exercise into your routine. That's what we're after. That's actually the gold standard, but right for now, if it just reminds you to stand up and stand at your desk for a minute at a time, then we've just added that 60 seconds back that sitting at your desk, that study says takes away. So here's what I say to that study. Here's what I say to you. See you next time on Om Shui Om. Join us as well on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Ellen Whitehurst, for more fun tips, more astrological insights, and more Om Shui Om. Namaste.